The week before Thanksgiving, the Pacific Northwest was hit with what the Weather Service called a bomb cyclone. And the thing that's different about this is the wind came out of a different direction. Typically we get a wind out of the south, but this time the wind was out of the north and the east, which created quite a disturbance. One of the things we do in the winter is we go ahead and replace dock lines with something that's got a little bit of a, what do you call that?
Snubber?
Yeah, snubber's good enough, yeah. So we replaced the snubber on critical lines. We did that on the stern line as well, as you notice. We get some winds in here, it can be over 100 miles an hour. Although that's rare. So I dragged some of this stuff out of the tree in the garden last night, but it was blowing pretty hard. This is one that hit the roof hard enough we think it knocked at least one or two tiles off. So we'll have to see what we can do about getting that off of there. We'll get this stuff later. Right now, let me see what I can see. We'll give this a few years, it'll be fine. We'll go right back to where it was. It was hit pretty hard. Whew. So no problem here. Anyway, oops. There's a couple of big ones bounced off the roof. And I dug into the yard here. Sheesh. That hit hard. There's more roof tile. There's another one here. We don't even know if we can replace these. So let's set these up here for the moment. I should wear gloves because of all the pitch, but hey, we'll worry about it later. Geez, the heavy ends always seem to hit first, don't they? Wow. I'll come clean up later. Well, this seemed to have missed the car. The greenhouse survived, as did the shed, it looks like. And the hot tub survived. Okay, it's not too bad so far. This is a really fun little light. Yeah, let's see. Okay. Oh, I don't know where the bamboo came from, but hey. This is bamboo's not normally something we have around here. Now, the real question is, what's the house look like? And we're not too bad out here. Nothing major. Well, it could have been a lot worse. Could have been a lot worse. Okay. So cleanup should be fairly easy. Pretty straightforward, actually. Yeah. Wow. It's pretty amazing how much stuff came down. Gotta watch out for widowmakers. The good news is it kind of, I think, pruned these trees for the most part. Okay, this side looks good. This side looks good. Those tiles had to have come off somewhere, so let's see what happens on this side. Now that's another giant one that fell. It'd be nice to get it off that roadie. It's probably too big to move though. Yeah. Yeah, this beast isn't going anywhere for a while. Wow. Wowza. Let's see what we got here. Maybe it is going somewhere. Let's just move it over to one side. Okay. Again, these roadies they're pretty prolific. It'll grow back. I don't see anything really bad here so far. This side looks good. I don't see any damage up high there. Where did that darn thing hit, I wonder? It knocked tiles off. Huh. Oh, is that it right there? That's where it hit. Okay. Interesting. Well, geez, it hit hard enough it dented our gutter. Wow. So we will have to replace those tiles, but I think we can wait. I think we're good waiting until we can get up there in warm weather. Wow. I think I can unbend that too. So there's nothing leaking up there. That's good news. Now I just have to get that giant one off the side of the gutter there, and we'll probably be okay for now. Wowza, I'm not sure how to get up to that one. We'll figure something out. Okay, the rain comes. Whew. Okay. Okay, so as you can see, I cleaned up. Did a bit of mowing, so we were able to do a bit of mowing to suck up the debris. Spent 2 or 3 days picking up branches. I got most of the branches off the roof, out of the plants. Put the drone up. Discovered we've got a few roof tiles or shakes missing. It just took me probably 2-3, I guess close to 3 days of cleaning up. And while we cleaned up, we used batteries from the boat, and we actually pulled about 700 amp hours of batteries off the boat. And after 3 days without power, we decided to head back to the boat. We'll show that in a moment. But the idea was we wanted to pick up a few more batteries that we still had on board. These are the lithium iron phosphate. We also had at least one additional large, what they call solar generator on board that has about 1,200 watts of power in it. So we were bringing back an additional probably 400 amp hours of battery capability to run our refrigerators and freezers and whatnot. But it keeps us going during a power outage. Over there,
yeah, that's okay.
So here we are at the boat. By the way, this is a king tide, and I thought I'd show you the results of a king tide. This post is normally like 8 or 10 feet above us. So that's what a king tide does, is it raises the level of all boats and the floating docks. But we're coming up. We had a cyclone, hurricane force winds, and thought we'd check up in the boat. Looks like everything's fine. We made sure we put some snubbers on the lines last week or week before. So we're in good shape. All right, we'll offload now. After several days without power, our batteries at the house were starting to run low, so we went up to the boat again so we could check on it, and at the same time we decided we'd pull off a few more batteries and one final solar generator. This gave us about 13 kilowatts of power. Real simple. And then we'll put the backs on. I think that's about it. That's probably enough video for...
Go ahead, put that one back, and then I'll...
All right, and then we'll Oh, I was going to do the. I want to do the tide up there, up by the head of the dock there. It's such an amazing. That's probably the most amazing king tide I've ever seen in terms of the overall height.
It's pretty high.
All right, I checked the batteries while I was at it, and they all look good. Always nice. Hey, next decent day we have with some time off. Let's head up here, shall we? Maybe take off for a day on the water.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. A little bit more on this king tide. Normally, you can see here with the green. Normally the water level is 2 or 3 feet, at a high tide even, is 2 or 3 feet lower than what you're seeing here. And this ramp, you can see this ramp is almost level. And normally, like I said, this would be 2-3 feet farther lower than it is now. And of course, these king tides.
I would be working way harder to
Yep, and Sherry would be working a lot harder.
Yeah.
So the other thing though is these king tides end up creating some massive currents in the channels out there. These are composite shakes. They're copolymer material. Some of the branches that hit the house were huge, and 99% of them bounced off the roof with no damage. There were just a few spots that we lost some tiles. That was from a particularly large, about a 30-footer that hit. But the lawn has been cleaned up. The lawnmower acts like a vacuum, by the way, so kind of took care of everything that way. With the exception of the roof and gutter, there's no real lasting damage that was done. And of course we were out of power for gosh, what was it, about 3 days. And amazingly, by pulling the batteries and the solar generators, we have 3 of them, we took them off the boat along with 700 amp hour batteries, and that basically ran the house for 3 days, almost exactly. Yeah, there's not a lot of, just looking around here, not a lot of evidence of, you know, the wind anymore. Managed to pick up just about everything that was out there. Got the stuff off the roof for the most part. Oh, I see there's a few that I didn't grab yet, but pretty much took care of most of it. Might have a fire this evening too. Anyway, that's the bomb cyclone, and we've been here for a long time, almost 40 years. First time we've had an issue like that. Anyway, been a wonderful, wonderful week. The wind's still blowing, but let's see what we can do here. I just happen to have, I thought this would be kind of interesting to note. These are some that have broken off, and I have maybe, I don't know, probably have about 8 tiles here, which if I'm very careful, those 8 tiles may be sufficient to actually provide what I need in terms of replacement tiles. I may, turns out, when I was up looking at the roof, the damage isn't all that bad, but the particular type of tile that requires kind of a bit of expertise, so I'm going to learn how to replace those. and see if I can't replace the tiles myself, because it